What's goody? Hey man, so as y'all can see, we are back on 2K today, bro. What we are doing is a little bit more, as y'all can see my daughter's hand right here moving while she tries to go to sleep. What we're doing today is a little bit more of a creative video, something that I think is going to be a lot of fun. What we are doing is I added one legend to every single NBA team, and what I did here is there are some duplicates. So you'll see there are two LeBron James, there are two of some certain players and everything like that. But what I did do, and like there's two Chris Pauls, but if I added a guy once, I didn't add him twice. So I didn't add Chris Paul for the Clippers and for the Pelicans, even if it would have made sense. I didn't add LeBron for the Heat and for the Cavs, even if it would have made sense. I didn't do that. I just added them once. So there might be duplicates, but it's only going to be, two versions of them. That will be the current version and the one that I added. It's not going to be me adding two different versions of them to two separate teams, and then they also have their current player in the game. I didn't do that. So yeah, man, I added one legend to every single NBA team. So here we are with this video. Let's lock it in. So let's look at these teams first of all. I'm going to start a new recording because we're already 2 minutes in, and I don't want to. Last thing I want to do is do what I was doing earlier where the recording ends and I'm halfway through explaining a team. So we'll be back in a second. All right, so running through these teams, we got Julius Erving, who is added to the Philadelphia 76ers. Kareem is added to the Bucks, so him and Giannis making a nasty, nasty pairing up there. And then Miles Turner's just going to have to come off the. You know what? Actually, I didn't do this. But now that I'm looking at it, I don't know why I didn't do this. I'm going to make Miles Turner a 4. His backup is going to be 5. And I'm going to move Giannis back to a 3. He's a 90. Oh, my. He's a pure 99 as a 3. So this front court is the best front court in basketball. We got two 99s and then 84 Miles Turner. So, it's a drop-off. And then the rest of the team sucks. Y'all know the rest of the team. Michael Jordan obviously added to the Bulls. LeBron James obviously added to the Cavs. This is a team that is a big, big contender for me for this first championship or for every single championship after that, assuming LeBron stays. Larry Bird on the Celtics. I was going to add Bill Russell because, since the losing Kristaps Porzingis, I think they needed a center. But he's not in the game of 2K. I'm assuming they just don't have his rights anymore. My daughter fell asleep. Look at God. So yeah, I added Larry Bird, moved Jaylen Brown to the shooting guard, and this team should be pretty nasty. We added Elton Brand to the Clippers. I wanted to add CP3, but I instead added him to the Pelicans, where I thought it not only made more sense, but where his overall was higher. I was going to add Bob McAdoo, but just Zubac isn't a 4, so I didn't want to move him to the 4. So I just added Elton Brand, who was a high overall player who actually plays the 4, moved Kawhi over to the 3, let James Harden stay at the point guard, and yeah. Oh, and Bradley Beal is now a Clipper, so congrats. Marc Gasol added to the Grizzlies. This is a solid team. Dikembe Mutombo added to the Hawks. This is a pretty solid team as well. D-Wade added to the Heat. They're all right. Glenn Rice added to the Hornets. They still suck. John Stockton added to the Jazz. I thought about adding Karl Malone, but they're the same overall. And if I have to pick between John Stockton or Karl Malone, I'm going to pick John Stockton, just the lesser of the two people that I've not heard too many good things about. Oscar Robertson added to the Kings. I think this is a dark horse team because if you look at the 2K overalls, this really isn't a bad team at all. And Oscar Robertson in this game is going to put up some crazy, crazy numbers. If you've ever seen anybody do anything with Legends, or if you've ever played done an all-time draft, Oscar Robertson always goes stupid. He's so OP in simulation. So this is a team that I could very well see winning a championship, no matter how unrealistic it may be. Adding Patrick Ewing to the Knicks, I think this team is disgusting. I moved Cat back to the 4, as you can see, and I think this team, especially starting 5-wide at least, is absolutely phenomenal. Added Kobe to the Lakers. Some of y'all be saying, well, Shaq. I don't care. Kobe's my favorite player of all time. I could have added Shaq, and it would have made sense, but they got DeAndre Ayton, so it's not like, I didn't add Shaq, and now Jackson Hayes is starting. They have Ayton. They have something, And I moved LeBron to the 4. I moved Kobe to the 3, so that way these 3 guys could all start together and it wouldn't be weird. So that way these 4 guys could start together and it wouldn't be weird, because I didn't want Austin Reeves really coming off the bench, even though they probably wouldn't have been mad at it. But yeah, it's better this way, in my opinion. Can I do what I was trying to do? There we go. Added Dwight Howard to the Magic. This is a pretty good team. It's a really good front court. It's probably the second best front court in the league, especially now that they got Desmond Bane and Jalen Suggs. This is a really good starting 5. Dirk Nowitzki added to the Mavs. I moved AD back to the 5, which I know he's secretly pissed about, but sorry, buddy. This is center central. Okay, almost through these teams, and then we will get to the simulation, I promise you. Jason Kidd to the Nets. This team still sucks. Carmelo Anthony to the Nuggets. This is a sneaky, sneaky, really good team, because I think this is a really good team in real life. So giving them Carmelo Anthony is really, really nice for them, especially when they've got Aaron Gordon, Cam Johnson's that power forward core. You like Christian Brown. And yeah, I think it's a pretty good team. Mel Daniels added to the Pacers. I could have added PG, but since losing Miles Turner, it would have been Thomas Bryant in 2K would have been the starter, or Isaiah Jackson. So like, I'm gonna give you Mel Daniels. I thought about Jermaine O'Neal, but Mel Daniels is more of a real center, a true center. Sorry, not real. I don't want to disrespect, but more of just a real center, a paint beast. Even though he's shorter, I gave him Mel Daniels, and I also think he was a high overall in the game of 2K. There's Chris Paul added to the New Orleans Pelicans. This is a sneaky good team as well. I moved DeJounte Murray over to the 2. They still got Trey Murphy, got Jordan Poole off the bench. They got Herb Jones off the bench. This is a really, really good team. Yves Messi's going to be the starter. They don't, the center core is a little rough because Derek Queen's not in the game yet, but it's okay. Added Joe Dumars to the Pistons. I thought about adding Isaiah Thomas. I didn't want to move Cade to the 2, and then I also didn't want to move Isaiah Thomas to the 2 because it just kind of felt a little unnatural for both of them. I think if I had to pick, I would have obviously moved Cade to the 2 over Isaiah Thomas being moved to the 2, but I'm not mad at the Joe Dumars thing at all, especially because he's also a really good shooter. So, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Looking back at it, I kind of wish I would have added Isaiah Thomas and moved Cade to the 2, but made the roster now. I did too much work for me to go back now. Vince Carter to the Raptors. This is my favorite team of all time, and this is one of my top 3 favorite Raptors of all time. So one of my top 3 or 4 favorite Raptors of all time. So I love this, even though I don't think this team's going to be very good. They could be very solid and could also be like a dark horse type of team. This is another team that I think is going to be a favorite. Added Hakeem Olajuwon to the Rockets. So they've got 2 96 pluses. Amen Thompson, who I moved to the 2, so that way him, Sengun, KD, and Olajuwon could all start. It's going to be a little weird, a little clunky with Sengun and Olajuwon up there, but I wanted them all to start, and I didn't really, they have enough centers coming off the bench. I didn't want to have I didn't want to have Sengun coming off the bench as well, and look at this, they have power forwards galore anyway, so it's like, what's adding, all I did was move KD from a power forward to a small forward, and Alperen Sengun took his place as a power forward. Either way, they were going to have 4 power forwards in their top 7, or 3 power forwards in their top 6, so, Tim Duncan to the Spurs. Right now, this team is already like a dark horse type of contender, but by the end of year 2 of this simulation, if we end up doing a year 3, they might be a favorite. Like, because Vic is probably going to be a hard 99 after this season. De'Aaron Fox is going to get better. Stephon Castle might be a damn 90 after this season. Like, this is a team that's going to continue to get better. So, we'll see. Chris Paul's not there anymore, but he hasn't technically signed with anyone yet, I don't think. So, yeah. Steve Nash on the Suns. This is a solid team. Move Devin Booker back to the 2. I'm not expecting anything crazy. This is a team that is definitely a favorite with Shea. I moved KD to the 4, left J-Dub at the 3, and then moved Chet to the 5 so that way these guys could all start together. And then it's going to be Lou Dort filling in that starting spot. And then off the bench, Isaiah Hartenstein, Alex Caruso, Cason Wallace, Jalen Williams, Aaron Wiggins is a nasty, nasty bench. Minnesota Timberwolves added Kevin Garnett, moved Julius Randle to the 3 so that way all of these guys can start together. Jaden McDaniels is now off the bench, which isn't great, but you do what you got to do. Bill Walton added to the Blazers. This team is okay. You saw they got Dame back. Congrats to you. Hope you retire there. Hope everything is well with you and the fam. And then Wilt Chamberlain to the Warriors. I think this is a nasty team. I moved Jimmy Butler back to the 3, which is his more natural position. Moved Draymond back to the 4. This is a good team. And then Elvin Hayes on the Wizards. All right. I had to speed through that because this recording's about to end, so let's go simulate. 1 second. All right, as y'all can see in videos like this, when it comes to, these videos where I don't need to rebuild a team or anything, I'm going to pick my favorite team. So we're going to be viewing this from the Raptors perspective. I actually need to go ahead and go to my team settings and just put everything on automatic. So that way my assistant GM can just handle all of this stuff. So that way I'm not messing up my own team by not doing anything. And yeah. I turned salary cap off and everything like that because, these guys that are on 1-year deals are obviously going to be making like $50 million. And I didn't want it to be like, everybody would just leave a team because they had no choice with the second apron. But then also what I also wanted to do was enable guys to make this league fun. If 8 of these guys want to go team up on a team, go team up on a team. Let them have some fun. So the Raptors start off ass. It's not great. I'm gonna sim till about All-Star break because I want to see who the All-Stars are gonna be. So I'll see y'all at All-Star break, and then after that, end of the season, so on and so forth. All right, so here we are at the All-Star break. First, I'm going to look at first I'll look at what teams are good real quick in both conferences. So in the Eastern Conference, the Cavs with LeBron are the number 1 team, 7 games ahead of everybody else. Then Philly with Dr. J is number 2. Makes sense. New York is up there at number 3. I have no idea how the Bulls are this high, but hey, man, MJ's that guy, I guess. The Pacers are up here. The Hawks are up here. The Bucks are low because I mean I'm just assuming the guard play just must be that trash. Um, the Magic are solid with who did I give them? Did I give them Dwight Howard? I think I gave them Dwight Howard, right? Because I was going to give them T Mac, but then I thought, they have Desmond Bain. They could really use a center that's better than Wendell Carter Jr. What he's been given. Yeah, I gave them Dwight Howard. So they're mid, but that's okay. I don't know how the Nets are up here. I don't know how the Pistons are this bad. I don't know how the Celtics are this bad, but okay, hey, it's 2K. It's not. Hey, all I did was put the legends on the team. Minnesota Timberwolves are the best team in the league. Followed, I told y'all the Spurs were gonna be nice. 4 games behind them is the Spurs. 6.5 behind them is the Mavs. 8 behind them is the Warriors and the Clippers, the Lakers, the Thunder, who I thought would be like a 1 seed. So this is interesting. The Suns are somehow better than the Rockets. The Kings are solid. The Pelicans are solid. The Nuggets are ass. Wow. The Jazz are ass. That's one thing I expected. Same with the Grizzlies. I'm not too shocked about those, but like, wow. All right. I mean, interesting for sure. Definitely something. And then we go to All-Star participants, and let's see who's up in here. Dwayne Wade, MJ, LeBron, the one that we added, Kareem, Larry Bird, Vince Carter. I see you, boy. Joe Dumars, Patrick Ewing, Giannis, Dwight, Elvin Hayes, Jason Kidd. The only player on here that we didn't add is Giannis. Every single Eastern Conference All-Star except for Giannis Antetokounmpo is a legend, that we added. That is insane. In the West, Big O, Steve Nash, KG, Wilt, Dirk, CP3, Shea, Carmelo, Tim Duncan, KD, Hakeem, who's hurt, John Stockton. So over here, John Stockton's on the worst team in the league, still an All-Star. Wow, interesting. The only player over here that we did not add that is an All-Star is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who's also a true 99. This is insane. Every single All-Star was a legend except for 2 players, and those 2 players just also happen to be true 99s. That's insane. All right, well, we'll see at the end of the season to see who won the MVP, who did all these things, and who made the playoffs and who didn't, because the Rockets, some teams dropped, so we'll see. I can confidently tell you I did not expect this, but wow, Kevin Garnett wins the MVP in the first season, averaging 25, 14, and 7 with 3.5 stocks on almost 60% from the field. Jared McCain wins Rookie of the Year. Jalen Green wins Sixth Man of the Year. MJ wins DPOY, and I already know. In the first simulation I did, I simmed 2 years, and MJ won the DPOY both years. And both years there was another single guard on the thing. Like on either all defensive team, there wasn't a single guard other than MJ, and he just happened to win DPOY both years because 2K be glazing. But whatever, he won it. Congratulations. Most improved player goes to Amin Thompson. Clutch player of the year goes to Paolo. Chris Finch wins 66 games, and he wins Coach of the Year. And then Executive of the Year goes to Brandon Harrison of the Cavs, and they wins 59 games. LeBron comes in second for MVP, followed by Oscar Robertson, Wilt, and D. Wade, who... That team was mid the last time I looked at him. Mid at best, like a play-in team the last time I looked at him. So I want to see what his numbers were because he has to be going stupid. 25, 7, and 9. Yeah, I mean, good numbers. 3.6 stocks per game. Good efficiency. All right. Carmelo Anthony, KD, the one we added, Kareem, MJ, and Shea are all NBA second team. So the OKC Thunder have 2 guys that are all NBA second team. Uh-oh. And then third team is Giannis, Larry Bird, Patrick Ewing, Steve Nash, and Tim Duncan. Okay, defensive first team. I told y'all it was going to be MJ and then all centers and forwards. I told you. And all of these people are people we added except for Wemby, who came in second. All of these people other than him are people we added. Wow. Okay, so the Clippers make the play-in. The Kings make the play-in. The Lakers are only a play-in team. The Suns are only a play-in team. Houston jumped up, which is good. The Spurs are still a 2 seed. Wow. OKC is still mid, which, I didn't expect. Cleveland is the 1 seed out here. New York is a 4 seed, a little lower than I expected because I'm shocked the Pacers are that high. Philly, 3 seed, solid. Orlando, 5 seed, solid. Atlanta, 6 seed, solid for them. Brooklyn, Chicago make it. The Celtics didn't make it, but Brooklyn and Chicago made it. The Bucks are a 10 seed, but Brooklyn and Chicago made it. We're going to send the play-in. Yeah, I mean, Milwaukee at least made it. Like, at least you didn't lose to Brooklyn because that would have been embarrassing, but wow. Okay, and then here the Lakers didn't make it because they lost to the Clippers who have Elton Brand? That's interesting. Okay, so these matchups right now are KG versus Elton Brand, Wilt versus Hakeem. That's a phenomenal center matchup. Dirk versus KD. Dirk is about to give the boy KD the business. They're gonna give each other the business. Neither one of them knows how to play no defense on the other one. This is Tim Duncan versus Big O. The Kings have nothing for them in the front court. My goodness. This is LeBron versus Kareem. I don't know. I think that's probably going to be like the best series, low key. This is Patrick Ewing versus Dwight Howard, another good center matchup. This is Dr. J versus Dikembe Mutombo. Dikembe with against Joel Embiid, another good center matchup. We got a lot of great center matchups. And then this is Mel Daniels versus MJ. So yeah, I'm going to start a new recording before this one ends, and we are going to start these playoffs. I'm going to go game by game because I do want to see if there's any game sevens I can jump into. So we'll be right back. All right, so we are going to go ahead and we're not going to sim the round, but we are going to go sim through game. 2-0s, a couple 1-1s, a lot of 1-1s on the East. The Bulls are about to sweep the Pacers. MJ is just cooking them boys, I guess. Cleveland's up 2-1. I saw the Rockets were up 2-1, I think. The Rockets are up 3-1. They do indeed complete the sweep. The Bulls do. We got a 2-2 series over here. In the West, we got a 2-2 series. The 1-8 matchup is a 2-2 series. Golden State gets gentlemen swept because I guess Hakeem is just better than Wilt. It's not that. Their team is just better. That team is way better. We got 3-3-2 series over here, 2-2-2s over there, and then OKC gentlemen sweeps Dallas. So OKC is actually doing more like the things I expected them to do. We got 2-3-3 series over here. Philly advances. So yeah, we're gonna go here. We're going to go simulate with Simcast. That Knicks game is in first, right? Okay, that Knicks game is first. So we're going to go simulate with Simcast. That's fine. I did not mean to hit always simulate, but whatever. We're going to simulate this game, and we're going to see. So this is the Patrick Ewing edition versus the Dwight Howard edition. Right now, it's a close game. Hold on. Keep it like this now. Keep it like this, 4-point game. Well, I was going to try to jump in, but it went too fast. Either way, the Knicks won. It was a 7-point game. Wasn't really worth jumping into, so the Knicks do advance, and then this is one I was so excited for here. I was so excited for this game. Come on, LeBron. Talk to me. Hey, man, this is a game I would love to actually watch, like if it were to happen. My daughter woke up, which is unfortunate because, you know, she had just fallen asleep. So, and then the Bucks beat the Cavs, so LeBron does not make it. The team with Kareem and Giannis, the 299s, does make it out of the first round. No game sevens over here. So this is Patrick Ewing versus Kareem. This is Dr. J versus Jordan. This is KD versus Oscar Robertson. And then this is Kevin Garnett versus... Nope, I didn't mean to do that. But that was Kevin Garnett versus Hakeem. So we got a 3-2 over here, a 3-1. OKC gets swept by... I told y'all about Oscar Robertson. I told y'all. Let's see. He's terrible in this game, but his playoff averages are 27, 11, 9.5 with 3.5 stocks per game, shooting 40% from the three. Mind you, he never took a three in his entire career because, you know, the three-point line didn't exist, so 2KB glaze, and the man has hit 95% of his free throws, and he has taken... Oh, that's in the playoffs. 40, okay, so he took 431, and he hit 92% of them almost. That is crazy. We're going to go over here. We got a 2-2 series up here, but the 3-2. 4-2, Chicago makes it. 3-2 over here, 3-2 over there. 4-2 over there. We got a 3-3. We have a game 7, baby. This is the Kareem versus Patrick Ewing. They got two. Milwaukee has been to 2 game 7s in the first 2 rounds. That is nuts. New York is running away with it. Not running away with it, but they're definitely up. New York is now running away with it. They beat them down. Okay, well, hey. We haven't had a game to jump into yet. So we got Patrick Ewing versus Jordan. Isn't that something you've seen before if you were ever watching 90s ball? And then Kevin Garnett versus Oscar Robertson. Okay, 1-0, 1-0, 1-2, 2-0. This recording is about to end. 3-0, 3-1, 3-2, 3-1. All right, Kevin Garnett wins Western Conference Finals MVP. So Kevin Garnett in his MVP season takes his team to the finals. MJ is hooping, takes his team to the finals as well. We're going to start a new recording before this final, so I don't forget to record or mess it up or something. My daughter fell back asleep. Thank you, Jesus. All right. If y'all see me drinking water throughout this video, by the way, I'm a little sick right now. Like, I don't know. My stomach's been bugging a little bit today. So that's just why. And my head has been pounding. So, like, doing all this screaming, all this talking, all this, you know, loud talking so that the camera picks, I mean, so that the microphone picks me up because I'm sitting a little further back than I normally am because I'm holding my daughter right here and I don't want to move because, Lord, the last thing I want to do is move her. Anyways, just apologies for all the water drinking and if I'm, you know, my head hurts a lot. So, yeah. Here we go. MJ versus Kevin Garnett. The Bulls are about to win. This is crazy. All right, this is insane. The Bulls just won the championship. Maybe game 6. Nope. Yeah, the Bulls just won the championship. And this first, Michael Jordan's numbers weren't even that crazy. They weren't even that crazy, bro. Can I switch players real quick? I can't. But like the numbers weren't even. Like, I have to see what everybody else was averaging. 8 points for Isaac Okoro. Patrick Williams is still ass. Nikola Vucevic is doing mediocre things at best. Josh Giddey's not doing anything special. Still can't shoot the ball. In fact, got worse at shooting. The worst year of his career shooting the ball. They added Malik Monk, who played very well for them. They added TJ McConnell, who didn't do much for them. Kobe White, okay. Zach Collins, all right. I don't know how this team won a championship. Honestly. Like, MJ's just that guy, I guess. Like, I added LeBron to the Cavs. LeBron to a 68, like a 60, almost 70 win team. They lose in the first round. And then this, I told y'all 2K be glazing. But, like, I'm not mad at it. But, like, I told y'all 2K be glazing. Let's see. No. The rest of these guys, PG. You also damn mind? The rest of these guys can go. All right, we go to, I don't care about any of this. I think we just go to player progression so we can see who ended up on what teams after free agency, and then we can also see who progressed. Because teams like the Spurs, Vic's going to progress. You know, teams like the Rockets, Amin Thompson's going to progress. Like, these teams that have young guys where we added just a 99 to them or a team like that, Shay's not going to get any better. But, like, J-Dub's going to be better. Chet is going to be better. Scotty Barnes goes up 3. The Raptors have nobody drop, really. I don't, like, when was he? Yeah, okay, sure. I don't care. I mean, Amin Thompson jumps 4, and Jabari Smith jumps 3. Reed Shepard jumps 5, so that's all good, but that's tough. This team's running out of time already. Kevin Durant doesn't drop it overall, but he gets worse in some stats. That's tough. Tim Duncan drops 1, but Wemby is already a 97, already tied for the best player on the team. Stephon Castle's an 87. De'Aaron Fox still getting better. Devin Vassell, Jeremy Sohan, whoever in God's name this is gets better. Like, is this a real player? No. Drafted round 2, pick 18. Okay, it's not a real player. Cool. Steve Nash, this recording's about to end soon, but nothing crazy happens here. Shea drops 1 somehow. It's because we changed some positions. Some of these guys are going to drop just because we changed positions. But J-Dub goes up 2. Chet goes up 3. Kevin Garnett drops 1 because he's a little older. Somehow Julius Randle goes up. But again, that's probably because of the changing position. Rudy Gobert is getting worse. So if this team wants to win, they got to do it now. Bill Walton gets worse. Dame gets a lot worse. They got Brandon Miller. Let me start a new recording so we can actually go through this. Okay, so they got Brandon Miller somehow, some way. In the offseason. I don't know. Jimmy Butler drops 2. Pod goes up 1. This team just got significantly worse. But, hey, at least those 2 guys are, there. Michael Jordan just won a championship with Chicago. And then just like in real life, goes to the Bulls. I mean, now in real life, he retired before going. I mean, he went to the Wizards. And then in real life, he retired before going to the Wizards. But this team is nice, man. 99, 94. And then they got young guys getting better, except for CJ McCollum, who drops 5. And Malcolm Brogdon, who really wasn't anything special anyway, who drops. So now Bub Carrington's probably got to move to the 1. I didn't mean to do that, but Bub Carrington's probably got to move to like the 1. Why does this team have nobody in it? Have nobody? We're just gonna we're gonna go past it. These teams that make the playoffs or these guys that make All-Star appearances, we'll see them on a different team. Like I would have noticed MJ being on the Wizards, regardless. But let's just go run through these rosters real quick, see if anything crazy happened. Like MJ going to the Wizards immediately after winning a championship. Nothing crazy that I noticed. So yeah, we saw this. So what I do want to do is maybe just like move Bilal to the 1. Not Bilal, I'm sorry, Bub Carrington to the 1. His overall goes down a bit, but like, you don't need 3 shooting guards, so there you go. Congratulations. Bub Carrington is now the starting point guard over there. Bilal is going to probably have to play the 3 because I don't think you're going to start whoever in God's name that is. So yeah, LeBron stayed with the Cavs. Elton Brand goes to the Sixers, a team that he played with in real life. He did. Paul George. That's not the Paul George I added, but Dr. J left, so we got to see where he went. James Harden goes to the Bucks, but Miles Turner left. Marc Gasol goes to the Bulls to replace Michael Jordan. Good luck with that. This team is essentially the same, except they lose Ty Jerome and they lose DeAndre Hunter. This team is essentially the same. They lost Al Horford, who just left. I don't think he retired because I didn't see his name in the retirements, and I feel like they lost somebody else, but I must be bugging. This team loses Elton Brand. They lose James Harden. I feel like they lose. Yeah, that team sucks. This team loses Marc Gasol. This team sucks. This team loses Dikembe. Solid team, but they lost Dikembe, so that sucks. This team gained nobody, but they didn't really lose anybody either, so good for you. This team, this is where Dr. J went. Glenn Rice stayed. LaMelo's still there. So now I kind of want to move Glenn Rice to the 4. I kind of want to see, like, what happens if I move Glenn Rice. Like, we move you back to the 3. Your backup goes to the 4. And then if I move Glenn Rice to the 4, he only goes down 1, which we live with. And then, yeah, I mean, the team still is, not great, but hey, they're better. This team still sucks. Dwight Howard went to the Kings, so the Magic lost Dwight Howard, so now he's there with Sabonis, which is a clunky fit. Terrible fit, if you ask me. This team is still good. I feel like they lost somebody. Maybe they didn't. They lost Mitchell Robinson. Maybe they didn't lose anybody besides that. This team loses really nothing. This team is still good. This team, we already saw them lose Dwight Howard. This team is still together for the most part. They lost Derek Lively, who went to somebody. Jason Kidd and Dikembe Mutombo are now on the same team. This team still sucks. This team is pretty much the exact same. I feel like they lost somebody. Nikola Jokic, Christian Brown. Maybe they didn't. Maybe Christian Brown just got better, and that's why he's up there now. Oh, new recording. Hold on 1 second. All right, cut that one a little close. There's Mel Daniels with Tyrese Halliburton, Pascal. This team's pretty much the same. Chris Paul, Zion, DeJounte Murray, Jordan Poole. So Jordan Poole's now a higher overall than Trey Murphy. They didn't really lose anybody. It's just guys dropped, I guess. This team, the Pistons, adds Quentin Grimes, who I didn't even peep left the 76ers because I was so focused on the Dr. J thing. So this team got better. It's a weird fit. Definitely a weird fit. But, I guess they got better. This team stays the same. Stays essentially the same. We saw all of that. Okay, so we're going to now go to the All-Star break just like we did last time. This will probably be our last year just because I need to get some sleep, man. Hey, man, I told y'all about this dude when the video started. I told you he was going to put up some crazy numbers in the game of 2K. 30, 11, and 11 with two stocks per game, almost 50, 40, 90. He was just shy of 50, 40, 90. I don't know who this is, but, man, you need a new barber. I say as my hair hasn't been brushed, but at least I don't have that. Like, at least I don't have a box, like a high-top box. That's insane in the year 2025. 2026 for them. Anyways, Jalen Green, 6th man of the year for back-to-back years. He's averaging 26 off the bench? He's averaging 26 off the bench? Oh, my. He just had the 2 best years of his career back-to-back, and they were coming off the bench. Hey, man, get your respect. Wow, that's a nasty mustache. Will Chamberlain, DPOY, takes it away from Michael Jordan. The man averaged 3 blocks per game and 14 boards. Wow. Chet Holmgren, most improved player. Good for you. Devin Booker, clutch player of the year. The Suns must have been pretty good. Not as good as the Spurs, though, who won 68 games, and they won executive of the year as well. Oscar Robertson, Jokic, Wilt. Hey, the Warriors must have been nice for him to be 3rd in MVP and win DPOY. KG is up here. Patrick Ewing is up here. KD, D-Wade, Carmelo, LeBron, Giannis. Did I see Kareem yet? No, I didn't. So Giannis is the one up there. Okay. Dirk, Tyrese Halliburton makes it. Luka from the Lakers makes it. MJ and then Steve Nash makes it. Defensive first team. There's Wimby. There's Wilt, Wimby, Ewing, Mel Daniels makes it. Michael Jordan makes it. And then Dwight, Kobe Bean, man. Love to see that. Rest in peace. KG, Walker, Chet Holmgren, and Walker Kessler. And yes, I am glazing Kobe. I don't care what you say about it. I don't feel bad about it. OKC and Houston are in the play-in. The Lakers and the Nuggets are in the play-in. These are teams that I thought were... My stupid self, I thought that said that Oscar Robertson won the MVP as a 6th seed, and I was about to say only Jokic did that in my recent memory. The Suns are good. Weird. The Raptors are the 1 seed. Thank you, Jesus. Oh my goodness, this is what I be telling y'all, just to pray. Keep God first. I always tell you, because things like this will happen when you simulate these videos. The Celtics are finally a competent team. And then in the play-in, the Bulls are still here. The Wizards are still here. Well, the Wizards aren't still here, but MJ's here again. Will MJ be able to go from play-in to champion for the second year in a row? We will see. Miami's here and Detroit is here. Okay, so we're going to simulate the play-in and let's see if MJ even makes it. They didn't. Detroit made it, and Miami made it over here. OKC made it, and Houston made it over here. Sorry to LA, who I wanted to see make it, and sorry to Denver. All right, gonna go game by game. Y'all know how we do it. So this is, yeah, we'll do it as it gets closer. You know what I'm saying? Well, no, we'll go ahead and do it. Let's not be lazy. This is Tim Duncan and Wemby versus KD and Hakeem. This is actually, no, because I don't remember all the player movement. So I'm not going to do that because I don't want to mess it up. Because I'm thinking of players I added, but I don't remember all the player movement. Let's go game by game. Some 2-0s, some 1-1s. Miami's up 2-0. Is Indiana about to be the second seed and losing the first round for the second year in a row, if I'm remembering that correctly? Because that, I believe, is what they did last year. Sacramento and OKC are tied up, and Indiana stormed back to tie it up as well. Toronto, please don't do this to me, man. 3-2 here. Minnesota, Golden State lost in the first round both years. Phoenix, tough life you're living. Milwaukee, tough life you're living. Come on, guys, please. 3-2 for Toronto. That's what I love to see. 3-2 for Sacramento. That's going to be interesting. We do have a Game 7 here. Yes, we will continue because none of those are Game 7s. So, simulate game. This is Dwayne Wade versus Tyrese, Mel Daniels, those boys. So, let's see. First quarter goes... it's a close game. Well, not anymore because the Pacers just ran away with it. Yep, the Pacers destroyed them. Yep, the Pacers put them down. Okay, well, sorry, D-Wade. All right, let's go to round 2. Let's see if we get any Game 7s here. Some 1-1s. Toronto, talk to me, baby. Toronto, talk to me, baby. I see Minnesota is up 3-0 on Sacramento. Minnesota sweeps them. Toronto's up 3-0 on New York. I be telling y'all about prayer, man. Indiana, Boston are in a 2-2 series. 3-2 series them. 3-1s on the other two. Toronto makes it. Oh, my goodness. Thank you. San Antonio makes it on the other side. That is going to be a phenomenal matchup over there, man. Rudy Gobert trying to deal with Vic. And then KG and Duncan facing off against each other. Wow, that's going to be a fun matchup to watch. And then we got a Game 7 over here. Indiana goes to a Game 7 for the second straight series. Let's see what we get this time. This time it is against Jason Tatum, Larry Bird, Jaylen Brown, and all those boys. Indiana, high-scoring first quarter that Boston comes away with. Close game. Indiana blew them out. Well, not really, but that fourth quarter. Wow. Indiana wins 2 straight Game 7s. Good for them. They are now in the conference finals. So, Toronto beats them 1-0. Come on, Toronto. No, Toronto, please. Yes, Toronto, please. Yes, Toronto, please. Oh, my goodness, I love to see this. Toronto's in the finals. Thank you. This is a 2-2 series. I would love to see this go to a Game 7. I would love to be able to jump in over here. Yes. All right. Let's see. Will I be able to jump in, though, is really the question. I haven't been able to jump into a game yet, and I really want to, so I'm really, even if this is it's not going to be a close game at all. The Spurs blew them out. Well, hold on. Yeah, no, Spurs blew them out. Yeah. Yep, Spurs beat them by 20. Yeah, okay. Well, that was fun. Victor Wembanyama averages 25, 8, and... Can I do math? 2.5 stocks to win Conference Finals MVP. RJ Barrett won Conference Finals MVP. I don't care. I don't care who won it because we are in the finals. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to ask any questions. This is Vince Carter, RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram, Emmanuel Quickly, Jakob Poeltl. As you can tell, this entire team is a polar bear in Arlington, Texas, against Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, Wemby, them boys, and Tim Duncan. So, yeah, we're going to get probably swept. But, hey, we made it here, and we won a game. Look at God. Will we win another? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Toronto, Game 7. Yes. Who's hoping? RJ Barrett's that guy. RJ Barrett's him. RJ Barrett's that guy. Vince Carter, your numbers are down, but you're shooting almost 50% from the three. No. I don't care. This is supposed to be just a simulation video. I feel you. If he's shooting that bad, make sure he's not starting. Damn near I'm about to take his minutes. For real. I'm not going to do all that because that's cheating. I'm not going to do the rotations and everything. But, like, wow. Wow, my team go. Come on, make this one the one I can jump in. Please. Please, please, please. Yes, Toronto. Toronto, hey, if you just go out there and win it, I won't. Well, that's embarrassing. Um, they put up 37 and 46 in back-to-back quarters. So we got put down like dogs. And Victor Wembanyama wins his first Finals MVP. I told y'all when this video started, I thought they were gonna win a ring at some point. It didn't even. I thought it might take them like 2 years to get that to that point where they were like a favorite. They won it in year two. So congrats. It was a fun video to record. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching as always, man. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend if you enjoyed it. All glory to God as always. Let me know what other type of stuff y'all want to see. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up in the comments because I'm gonna be grinding. And yeah, man, keep God first always. All right, peace out.